Hello and welcome. We're doing C melodic minor today. It has three flats, B flat, E flat and A flat. Which means it's a relative minor to E flat major. Yeah, they both have three flats at the key signature. Now we always have a high 6th and 7th in a melodic minor scale, so it means your B and A flat becomes B and A natural. So let's have a full look at all the possible notes in first position. So we start with the open G string, and our first note should be A flat, right? But considering we're going up, we have an A natural. B flat becomes B natural. Then we have a semitone, natural semitone between B and C. And this C is the beginning of the scale for today because it's C melodic minor. So let's run through. C, fourth finger, is your D, which is the same as the open D string obviously. Followed by, right now, the only flat we have left is E flat. Low first finger, so turn to F, turn to G, and a full tone to A. Yeah? Which can be played as an open A string. Then we have, followed by that, the B natural. And that brings us back to C. Yeah, now we continue. After C comes D, your E flat, which means we cannot use the open string. This time we have to stick to the fourth finger and go immediately to F natural, which is a low first finger. F, G. Now, under normal circumstances, we would play A, B, and extension C. Yeah, but Charlie Delberio doesn't expect you to have learned extensions yet, so he has decided to turn back. Now, because we're not going on to C, we lose the A natural. So after the F, G, and then he turns back on A flat. Just because it kind of sounds better than going a semitone shy of the top note and rewriting everything on the way down. It makes a lot more sense. The A natural and B natural, those high 6th and 7th, they're there if they lead to the tonica, that first note of the scale. Now, we would be one note shy of that tonica, and so it doesn't really make sense to use the natural A and B. So he goes for the flat immediately, turns back to G, F, prepare the E flat, so 3, 4 against each other, D, C, on the way up we had 1 and 2 against each other, but now we have a B flat on the way down. And again, now we have to prepare a low fourth finger. Earlier we had a full spread on the D string, but now we have, again, 3 and 4 against each other. And now we do have to prepare all the way to that high fourth finger for the D natural. And that's a C. And as mentioned before, B flat is a low second finger, A flat is a low first finger, and that brings us back to G. But those last three notes we will not be using in the exercise today. Okay, next up is the bowing, the rhythm. So we have a 3-beat first note, 1, 2, 3, followed by 2 quavers at the tip, and then a 3-beat all the way back, and then 2 quavers at the heel, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, yeah. Make sure that the quavers, just like in the E flat major, the rhythm and the bowing is exactly the same. Make sure the quavers start matching each other, bit by bit. Keep practicing, keep working on it. Naturally, the notes at the heel should sound louder and at the tip a lot quieter. try to compensate for the fact that at the heel you have all that weight of the bow hanging, which is why it's louder. And at the tip, there's no weight helping you out, so it has to come from your right hand balance. Yeah. Make sure you're not too tense, don't press down, but you have to make sure that you connect well enough with the string to have a similar sound here than you do there. So essentially it feels like you're going to do a subtle crescendo throughout the bow. So you think, let's say, mezzo forte, and you go to forte, articulate properly in forte, and diminuendo subtly to, yeah, so every slow down bow you have to think subtle crescendo. Now you can do that in many ways. You can change the balance in your hand. At the heel the balance is going to be towards the ring finger, at the tip your balance is going to be towards the index finger to compensate for that loss of weight. Alternatively, you can slightly raise your wrist a bit, which in turn will tilt the bow away from you, and then you only have half the hairs. Yeah, use that at the heel. And then as you approach the balance point, which is about there, you straighten out that bow, and by having more and more hairs connecting with the string gradually, don't do it too artificially. It's not like that, but it's a very subtle half the amount of hairs at the heel. And bit by bit I bring, as I straighten out my arm, I bring the wrist down, so by the time we get to the tip, you have all the hairs connecting with the string. It compensates a bit for that lack of weight at the tip. Yeah, so this is two ways you can achieve the same thing. Experiment with it, see what you find easiest. Learn to control that. Once you control that, then learn the other way, because you want to be able to have options. Yeah, there's always several correct answers to the same problem, but they all have a slightly different characteristic. Yeah, so later on in interpretation, sometimes you're going to want to go for one of the two options, and another time you want, because it's subtly different, you want to have the other option available to use. Yeah, anyway, we're at 40, very slowly. Let's run through this entire scale. Okay, let's find the first note, and we use A and B natural on the way up. So G, first finger is A, B natural, and natural semitone to C. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 2, 3, E flat, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Prepare for a high 4. B natural, E flat, A flat, build, low 4, tilt low 4. Prepare for high 4. And that's the whole scale. So once you figured out your finger pattern, pay attention to those quavers, the sound quality. Then of course once you've all that, start using your experience to work on the straight bowing, the relaxed shoulders, relaxed thumb, all those details before you move on to the next exercise. Be in control. Yeah, that's the most important thing. It's easy now, it's just a scale. It's a little bit of a confusing scale, but the rhythm is predictable, and so use the time to make sure that your foundations get stronger with every single day of practice. Okay, that's the best advice I can give you, so I'll see you at the next one. 60 beats a minute. Bye.